This is a video of me training my pony Jellybean to training her in clicker training. She is 25 years old and has had very little training. She's been a broodmare most of her life, so she has had very little training at all other than sort of husbandry type management, and she is very new to clicker training. And I'm only a year or so, a little over a year into clicker training myself, so this isn't exactly an instructional video because I do make all kinds of mistakes, but I think it's helpful to sort of see what some early training looks like and what some of the things that you might think about training for are. The first lesson is manners, and that is how to behave around food and not mug me. And you can see right away that she is starting to mug me. She is quite keen on food, and this isn't unusual for an early training for a pony. And so what I'm waiting for, and I will show it on the screen because you can't really hear it, is her head to turn away. And what I'm showing on the screen is when I click. And then she turns right away again to mug me, and I just reach over and feed her in position, so where I want her head to be, which is more straight. And I try to be very consistent about that until she learns to wait for the food to come to her rather than turn and grab it from me. So now what I'm going to try to do is have her stand while I move back a little bit. And at first I will click and treat right away as soon as she doesn't follow me around. And then I'll just increase the duration, so go a little farther and a little longer. And here I went too long, so she broke before I clicked. So that would have been better timing to catch it a little bit earlier and not have her make the mistake, basically. So here she is able to stand for the duration of it. And I click while I'm back there and walk forward to give her the treat. And I do want to do everything from both sides so that she's comfortable and understands the expectations on both sides. When I stand still facing forwards, it's her cue to also stand still and face forwards. So now I'm waiting for her to show me that without coming around for the treats. And as she moves her head a little away, I click and treat that. It is easy to get a bobbing behavior, which I have now, where she comes in and goes out, comes in and goes out because she's looking for the click. And that is a bit of a problem in the training process. You do need to start asking for a little bit of duration early on where she'll keep her head away. It's not a hard thing to fix, but easier not to create it in the first place. And now I'm just practicing moving back and not having her follow me in the treat pouch. And I'm clicking before I go back up, so that's why she looks around again. And hands in front again is a cue for her to just stand and move her head away a little bit. And here she's done a full shuffle around and come straight for the treat pouch. Always worth a try. So I just wait for her to get back in position, and then I click and treat her for coming back into position. Again, waiting for her to move away, and now I am waiting for a little bit of time straight. Unfortunately, a fly interrupted our duration, but that's definitely much better than it was when she was bobbing back and forth. Here again, I was asking for a little bit too much duration, and I should have clicked earlier before she came back for the treat pouch. So again, just thin slicing it a little bit smaller for her would have been better. And I did intersperse the manners training with a little bit of leading. And I do usually like to work in a couple of exercises at once so I can alternate between them. I'll slow-mo the clicks so that you can see the moments that I actually click, because some of the head bobbing is quite quick. And when I put it in slow motion, what I want to be seeing is that I'm getting the timing right and that the nose is actually away from me in the moment that I click, which is pretty tricky when she's moving her head back and forth as much as she has. So what just happened is a good example of a not great click. So she has moved her head away, so I won on that one, but she is simultaneously taking a step. And now I've mixed that into what I've rewarded, and I'm getting more shuffling. So this is a great example of why it's really a good idea to videotape your sessions, because you see a lot in a videotape that you don't know or aren't aware of when you're doing it. So, so I should not have clicked this point. I did, so I do reward, but it's a good learning moment for me. And when it gets busy, I want to start capturing some quiet moments. And here I get asked for a little bit of duration with her standing forward, and she does it nicely. So I go into leading, and that's the end of the session. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this useful. And if you did and you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Clicker Project. Thanks again.